Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Hip Hop Babies.
Yes, sirski.
You know what the fuck it is, man. It's your host, DeadLeigh, and I got my boy Ray with me as always.
You know what it is. You ready to get into this album?
Y'all seen the title of this video, man. Almighty So 2, man. Let's really get to it. Man,
The
Chief
drill
Keef,
legend.
man.
The drill legend is back, huh?
You know, Sosa, he invented drill. Kanye West, he thought he did too. You didn't, Kanye. You know, this is a real creator of drill right here. Started making this music shit when he was like 17, 18 years old. Way back like 2011, 2012. Jump forward a decade or so, and the hip hop babies have finally caught up. You know, we finally doing a Sosa review. So congrats on your first hip hop babies review, Chief Keef. And we're going to start. Y'all know what drill is, right? Like, we all know what drill is.
Of course they do. Hopefully they do. If they don't, they about to learn today. This is a dope project. Chief Keef is on a roll recently. Even the one he dropped before this was solid. Dirty Nachos was like a mixtape project, kind of gave me that vibe, and that was cool. I feel like he dropped that because this one had been delayed like 4 or 5 times. This was supposed to drop last year in like March. Then he pushed it back. Then he pushed it back again. Then again, and then it finally dropped with a different cover and everything. And I'm glad he took his time because we were rewarded with a dope Chief Keef album. This was worth the wait.
Sosa, man, what the fuck is going on with you, bro? We've been waiting on this Almighty Soul 2 for a minute now, man. You say you're going to drop and then you don't drop, man. He just touched on all the topics. He bringing it all together. It's a really cohesive album. It's self-produced, to my understanding.
Independent.
Nobody knows his sound better than him. So I really feel like, you know, he came in here and he really did his thing. I mean, even starting with the intro track, got like a little rant going on in the beginning. Y'all know Chief Keef famous for having somebody on the front ranting to begin the track. That's what I was doing a little bit. That was the one I believe. And then just bringing that energy right away, man. He's just electric.
Yeah.
That man just lighted up. He just lighted up as soon as he get on the mic.
This is exactly what I wanted, man. Like you said out the gate. Almighty, the intro. He was talking his shit. Crazy energy. You could feel it from like even how he's like talking on the track. Just And then the funny bars. The out of pocket bar. You know, not afraid to say crazy shit. And out the gate when he said, she put my nut in her cup and she chased her Patron, I started laughing. I had to damn near pause the track and laugh for a second. Because it's like, this is what I needed. I needed those wacky, what are you talking about? And there's a few moments like that on here that I'm going to point out. But I loved it every time. Made me laugh. Made me happy. Made me smile.
I would recommend, you know, like pineapple juice, Coca-Cola as a chaser. You know, this is my bartender experience, bro. But hey, man, you know.
Yeah, not what he was
talking about. If you Chief Keef's girl, man, you out of luck. And then that track led right into Nefnem with G Herbo and Ball Out. That beat was crazy, man. I thought that just like the little piano in the beginning was fucking nuts. The way it like kind of leads into it. He's got a lot of good build-ups. I think that's another thing that Chief Keef's like really known for.
Yes.
It's just like the build-up of energy. He's self-producing, so like he's really facilitating all of this stuff, and you know, he's really intentional with how he does it. I don't know, man. You just really appreciate when an artist knows how to do that on his own, because a lot of the times artists will just throw you into a certain vibe or whatever. They'll just here's a drum loop, like just take it, or you know, like rely on the DJ to do the mixing and to do the like fading and all that. But I like it when somebody can really get onto a project and leave their imprint and naturally like build the highs and the lows of the album on their own. I think he's got a really good knack for.
Yeah, because, you know, back in the days when he was first blowing up, it was him and Young Chop, right? And he's worked with a bunch of other producers, of course, since then. And it's been dope to see him grow into his own as a producer because he's talented. He's still drill, but he's definitely evolved. And you can tell as he's gotten older, he's able to express himself better, even as we're seeing in interviews recently. He's even said it, you know, when I was a young man, like 16, 17 in the game, just coming out, I was on drugs, I was wilding, I was just talking my shit. And it seems like now he's still doing that to a certain degree, but It's way more clear. The rapping's better. He's holding his own, and he's able to control his energy better. I feel like before, back in the day, sometimes it would just be so aggressive, so over the top that it's like, this is ridiculous. But now it's more refined, and I like that. Before we move on from Nefdim, I think that's on the hook, or he just says this line. She told him she ain't hop on my dick, she fell on it.
I just blew the top off it. Hot dog on it.
Like, who doesn't like that? That doesn't make you happy, doesn't make you smile. He'll say something about shooting someone, and then he'll say something like that right after. Crazy, right?
He's definitely more intentional with like what he says now and how he does it.
Mm-hmm.
It comes off more like self-aware now than what it did before. But that's just kind of like young people music in general. Just kind of comes off as not really self-aware, just trying to kind of find yourself and stuff. But you know, he's like 28 now, man. He's unk. I'm only 24, so he's unk to me. And even though, like you say, he's talking about some stuff that's like still keeping it gangster, still keeping it, you know, hard, but like he's not really moving like that, like he used to.
Yeah, he basically says he's out of the Chicago streets.
He's just in LA making music now. So, you know, do what you gotta do, man. I mean, shit's fire, man. I'm all for it. And you feeling better, you healthier, you know, you safer, man. You know, more power to you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about this Jesus skit for a second, man. Why you got to get Michael Blackson on here?
Yes.
Why you got to get Michael Blackson on here to be talking about?
Of course. You know why.
Do I? I mean, bro, I was baffled.
Yeah, Steph Curry, Chris Brown, watch out, because when we get reparations, you're only getting what do you say, like $7 or something? All the dark skinned brothers.
So we getting $8.
Yes, they're getting the paper. Yeah, that was funny. I like that Chief Keef is able to just have a funny moment, get Michael Blackson, do a little skit, and then it flows right into Jesus, right? Which slows it down, but then again has its funny moments.
Man, don't look up to G's, look up to Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Come on, bro.
He says, before that, he says, don't look up to me, go look up to God. And then he says that too. And he's not telling a lie. I love that he's self-aware. He's like, yeah, I might be popping, I might have all this money, I might be an OG, but like, I'm not the best role model. And that's real.
And then we get into 2 Trim, man.
I like this.
Bring up some, man, it's so vulgar to start, man. I just be listening to these tracks and I'm just like, damn, he just really just be talking like this. Till I crash the fuck out. Yeah, I was like, damn, bro.
Yeah.
It's good though. I like it.
She in the double R truck, bent over like an ant. That was funny. He say he's shitting on Chief So what is it? Bird shit? When I'm shitting on the nigga, it's big turds, bitch. That was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I give him his props for that one.
Hogwarts, I got one up in the chamber.
He likes his Harry Potter references. Peep that. He said something else about Harry Potter later, I think, too.
He's crazy, man. He was going crazy on this shit. Runner right after. Street running. I love that sample. That was a great sample.
Smooth.
It was, man. He was in the streets, man. Gelato was making him numb. Come on, bro. It's real.
Yeah, we gotta watch your back, bro. Motherfuckers be trying to run with your shit. Run you off the streets. Play you. Never know. I like that Chief Keef, even though, you know, like we said, he's grown out of it. And, you know, he's doing better, it seems now. He's still able to tap into that and sound hungry. Like, he sounded like he wanted to make this project, or like he was going all the way in. You know, whether it was the flows, like yelling on the mic, whether it was getting Tierra Whack on the next track that we're going to get into, probably Banded Up. He wanted to put it all together on this project. You know, he made his way for it, and he gave us different types of energy, like on these tracks. Because even though there's a certain level of aggression and hype on this, you know, there's some versatility on here as well, which I think is dope.
No, for sure. And I mean, you was talking about hunger. Nobody sound hungrier than Tierra Whack on Banded Up, man. I mean, Jesus Christ, bro. Fucking put on a heater,
Rip
man.
that
Like,
shit.
I was like, whoa.
When Tierra Whack isn't playing, you know, acting all goofy. And I love it when she does that, though. It's funny, and it's totally into her image, and it works. She still raps her ass off being goofy, right? But when she just flows and just raps, it's something else. And I would love to see that on a full project. On Worldwide Whack, she was doing a whole bunch of different stuff. I mean, even on Whack World, she was, jumping around to different sounds. The EP she dropped before Whack World, she did the rap, art, pop. Like she obviously can hop around
Yeah.
genres, but when she wants to lock in the rap, she's one of the best rappers, I think, in general. And I think her project shows that because she's able to mix so many sounds and flow and rap about so many wacky and different things, but put it all together. And even on this was her jumping on like a drill Chicago track with Chief Keef, which I wouldn't expect. This was out of nowhere, right? It was like, where is this coming from? And she ripped it. Chief Keef did his thing too, but like she actually was like, well, hold up, let me rap over this.
I mean, she can get wacky with lyrical content, or she can do it with delivery about like serious things. She can make it like very like artistic and like extra. I think that's like something that she's really good at. But the only way that you can really do stuff like that and you can really be good at the stuff that she does and make it work so well is you have to have those basics down. She definitely got the fundamentals to a T. She can rap on this level, but she chooses not to because she can do so much other shit that is interesting. And she only does this every once in a while. I remember the last time
when she gets features from known rappers, she's gonna fit within the track. And even on, you see on social media, when she just freestyles or just like locks in, that's why she's one of the rappers that pop up on people's stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because people obviously know. One of Philly's best right now.
They know. And you know who else is one of the best?
Who?
At this chorus shit?
Who?
It's gotta be Sexy Red, bro.
Yeah, I like that he got her on here. I did.
Coming in on Grape Trees.
Yeah, because I liked their other song they did, Fuck My Baby Daddy or whatever, Fuck My Baby Mama.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that was a funny track. Yeah, I love, like, they're proudly ratchet together. They're proudly, like, street talking, talking about hood rat or hood nigga shit. And it worked.
He's never going to get tied down. She's never going to get tied down. You know,
you
they're
know
just
what I'm
going to
saying?
keep keeping it playing.
And this Chief Keef told someone on the track, your mama should have pushed your broke ass back inside the womb. And again, I just had to laugh. I'm like, where is he coming up with this? Why are you so mad? Like, sometimes when you yelling or you just talking, I'm like, bro.
That nigga finally sober, bro.
Yeah. He's like,
I hate being sober.
Talking shit. He's like, I'm just going to talk shit. And if it pertains to you.
I'm a smoker.
Take it. And 1, 2, 3 was another moment of that
1,
anger
2, 3
showing up. I love how the sample, like at one point, I think early on, he was working the sample into the bars and it popped up every once in a while. But like at first, he was really doing it. He was like 1, 2, 3, and then it just kept looping. Baby say her body count ain't 10. It's 1, 2, 3. That shit every time. That's one thing about Chief Keef. He's simple, gets right to the point, but a lot of it is in his delivery, especially now that he's doing the beats. The production also takes it up a notch. I think that this song was a highlight because of that. I really love the energy on this one.
The end of this album, man, I was fucking with a lot of these tracks, man. There's not really many misses on this project right here.
Oh, I agree. I mean, I feel like with the time it took, it makes sense. But sometimes that's not how it goes, right? So obviously it's not that easy. I think that Chief Keef, like I said, especially with Phonem, I really like Phonem. Phonem, especially with time, it grew on me. He's on a roll. He's focused. And you can hear that on his projects right now. And this is another one. Because even like Believe, you brought that one up earlier. But that was Keef opening up a little bit. He's saying he got a daughter and it helps him learn how to respect women and treat them better. And he growing up and he's starting to think about how he's like his daddy now. But, that's how things go. And I like that track. Yeah, that track stood out. It was a little bit slower, but it wasn't like completely slow. Like it still fit the album. You said he's 28. He's not that much older than us, even though he's been in the game for so long. It almost feels like he's like older. So when you think about it, like he's still a young man learning. And I feel like this is one of those moments in the song. And I really like Believe. It stood out. Even the one with Quavo, Never Fly Here, like that was cool. Usually, I ain't gonna lie, when Quavo pops up sometimes, I'm not really like hyped for it.
Skip.
I was worried about it, but that was a cool track. I like that track too. Tony Montana flow. Been out, I think it was a leak or it was a single or that shit's crazy.
You want to talk about funny tracks? That's
the funniest one.
At your head, no Medusa, Dusa. You know I be with gorillas, nigga. Ooka, ooka. Pulled up, shitting on them, nigga. Duka.
You can't get your guy wrong, nigga. No. Like, what is he? That's classic Chief Keef right there. I think that's why that was the perfect single. It gave people what they were accustomed to, and it had that like old school, like riding through, bumping the shit. It looks like for Nino, I'm with gorillas in a fucking coupe. Again, bringing that back. So I love that track. That was a highlight. Easily.
Tony Montana.
Yeah, I like this album. I think it has dope beats, funny quotables. The album made me laugh. It made me smile. It made me get hype. It made me because after the way it was kind of like you know how Chief Keef is. He'll throw away a project or he'll just put something out sometimes. I feel like at one point he was dropping a lot of music to the point where it's like, what's going on? You know, he would drop a mixtape and then an album and then a mixtape with someone and you know, and he's kind of slowed down, and I think it's helped his music a bit. So
yeah, refining the craft, refining the pen. I mean, this is an hour, 10 minutes, so it's a little long. It doesn't go stale. I feel like it's really good throughout. I thought that the features was hit or miss for me, honestly. Lil Nar in the Lord's year 2024.
Yeah.
No thanks, bro.
That was random.
Quavo, you was talking about Quavo. You said, oh, you like the track? I'm telling you what, when Quavo Park come on, man, I'm going to the next track.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
It wasn't bad to be like that.
It's not bad. It's just, you know, like, how many times we're going to have to hear Quavo do the same shit, bro? It's like 10 years
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, they put him in the
it's
same
just stale
type of track every time. And that was one thing I thought maybe he would get more features, or if he was going to get features, they might be big names maybe because the hype and, you know, but I think it was for a reason to go back to his roots. Obviously, Almighty Soul, that's an old tape, so he's going back to that. So maybe he got G Herbo, right? Another Chicago legend at this point, someone who's been putting in work.
Yeah, I mean,
Tierra Whack, even though she's not Chicago, she's an upcoming rapper, and obviously she knows how to rap hard, and I think he said they're cool, so he got his homie on there. It seems like maybe he just tapped into people he knew or people he's cool with and just said, come on the album. And for the most part, it worked. Nothing really super impressed me, though, besides Tierra Whack.
Yeah, pretty much. I thought a couple other tracks just on their own were pretty impressive. I mean, in my top three, I probably got Believe as one of them. I just thought that was a really great beat, good, solid build-up. Like you said, pretty introspective track. He's getting into that, explaining, you know, telling his life, telling all that stuff. That's an interesting side to him, bro, that you don't get too often. I also really like Tony Montana flow, that one, just because I felt like that was like the most in his element that I felt like he was in this entire one. And then Grape Trees is gonna be my last one, just because the beat on there I felt was like one of the best beats, hands down. And the like double chorus that they were doing was really good. And how like Sexy was like doing it in the beginning, like where she was like previewing her verse basically, and then like he did his verse, and then her little chorus part came back on again, and then it led into her verse. I just thought like the structuring of that was like really cool. And she did better than I expected. I mean, she got songs for the girls, man. But sometimes, as a guy, I mean, I can like some of the girl tracks. Just don't overdo it. And I feel like she didn't overdo it this time. You know, she got the line about, you know, in the sundress, sitting pretty type shit. I mean, cool. You know, like something for the girls to feel themselves one time. But she didn't overdo it. She didn't overstay the welcome. I thought it was cool. Like you said, not scared to be ratchet, not scared to be yourself. Just do your shit. Keeping it P. What about you, man?
My first favorite track is 1, 2, 3. I love
1,
that track.
2, 3.
Instantly added it to my playlist the first time I heard it. I was like, yeah, I love that. My second one is Band It Up, the Tierra Whack feature.
Band It Up. Band It
that
Up.
Hook. I like the way Chief Keef was like yelling. Really, he let Tierra Whack go lyrical and fast flow, and then he just was yelling, talking his shit, and that was a dope contrast. And I love that he let that just happen. That was dope. And I'm gonna go 2 Trim. I thought 2 Trim was funny as fuck. That shit had me dying. And I like some of the bars on there. So yeah,
solid.
That's
bro.
my 3.
I'll be smoking on that reefer till I pass the fuck out. Let your bitch ass in the club, you get dragged the fuck out. Who's he yelling
Might be
at?
older, but he could still beat your ass and talk all that shit to you. Like, and I love that.
Clearly.
Some things never change, right? Even though we change,
Clearly.
we might evolve. At the end of the day, you still who you are. And that's who Chief Keef is. And I love that he's not ashamed of it. He owns up to it, and he knows how to do it in a contained format now. Because I think before, it was more than the music, obviously. He was getting in way more legal trouble. He damn near was banned out of Chicago at one point. Like, he was doing too much. I love that he slowed down. He's able to still tap into that. But obviously, it's a difference now. And it's good to see. So
Positive difference.
yeah, this and Phone Them, as far as like your studio albums that you're just dropping without like a whole nother producer and stuff, you're back to back. This is another dope project.
I think he's got good projects as far as the 2020s go. I don't think he's let down so far.
Oh no, I'm not saying. Yeah, I'm not saying. I'm just saying like those. I think these last 2 back to back though were like really good. Like as far as like a whole project, he always has songs. Even in that period where I said he was dropping a whole bunch of shit, he always has songs, dope features. But now that he's slowed down and stuff, his albums, as far as like just playing them through, have gotten better. Because sometimes he would drop some skips. Like, I'm like, yo, nah. Nah, like, what? You know.
Boy, slow the fuck down with dropping all that BS music.
But now, this didn't really have, like, bad skips on it. And Phone Them didn't either. And some of his other projects don't either. But it had gotten to that point, at least for me, I was like, with the Chief Keef project, I wasn't jumping into it like, oh, I need to listen to this and play it all the way through. Now I am. I've been like that for the last few projects. So that says something.
Yeah, positive. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. Thank you, Chief Keef, for dropping this album, man. I mean, this is a dope project. Make sure y'all go ahead and stream this shit. It's called Almighty So 2. It's out now, out everywhere. If you like this video, make sure you like, make sure you comment, subscribe. Talk about more music like this. We got other discussion topics. We do interviews. We do everything, man. And if you want us to do something different, or you want to come on here and talk yourself, hit us in the email, hit us in the DMs. You see the link right here. See the link right here for the socials. Y'all know what it is, man. It ain't hard to reach us. Keep showing that support. Appreciate y'all so much. Much love. Pass it off to Ray.
Shout out Chief Keef. Shout out Chicago. Shout out to you for watching. With that being said, peace.
Peace.